Hi everyone, it's Rebecca. Hello, hello. I hope that you are out there and you are here with me. My name is Rebecca, if we haven't met, and I teach alignment yoga at the country club Monday nights for golfers specifically, and then Monday afternoons for a general alignment yoga class that's open to anybody. So I'm so happy you're here. And we're going to do 45 minutes together of some meditation and some movement, and we'll rest at the end. So hopefully you have a mat. If not, that's okay. But some sort of comfortable place that's quiet and you won't be disturbed for 45 minutes. And consider this your time. So, of course, we've all been surprised by this whole pandemic. It seems like it came out of nowhere and stopped our lives suddenly, or certainly made it a big shift, right? So, we are at home, which has a lot of advantages, a much slower pace, hopefully, for a lot of you, but it also has the disadvantage that we can't be together in community in the natural space. So, as I go through this class, I'm just checking with everyone to make sure that you're all here, that everything is looking good. So far, so good. I wish I could see you all, and I can't wait to get back to the club to teach, but we have this time together. So, I was thinking about just talking about golf in general because, we do this a lot in the class at the club on Monday nights. We usually have 90 minutes together, which is a real luxury. And every week I like to think about some aspect of the game. So, certainly, if you've been a golfer for a while, you are an athlete to some degree. And it takes a lot of time and dedication and movement to play the game efficiently. So, over time, when we are really dedicated, we can have some injuries. So, some of the common injuries, and maybe these might resonate with you, is back pain. And that could be low back pain, it could be pain in the middle of your back, in between your shoulder blades, or anywhere along your spine. But back pain is a real common thing that I hear from a lot of golfers, and um, that has a lot to do with the positioning of hitting the ball because we are flexed at the hips, so we're leaning forward. The back is working really hard to hold us there, and then there's a twist with that back in that flex position. So that can give us some back pain. Um, Tennis elbow or golfer's elbow. Of course, golf is a repetitive movement, right? And if you're out hitting those practice balls, you can get some injuries that are just due to repetitive strain, and that's pretty common as well. And then shoulder injuries. Sometimes the rotator cuff here can be overused, and also knee injuries. So in alignment yoga, we really pay attention to all of the joints in the body. As we practice, we practice good alignment, right? We're always looking at how the body is lined up in its natural way to protect the joints. We add resistance as we move through the practice and build flexibility. So tonight we'll do a shorter practice, and and I want to start with a quote from a man named Ben Crenshaw. Some of you may know, he's a professional golfer. He says, "I am about 5 minutes away from being an outstanding golfer. That's the difference between my left ear and my right ear." So that space here, right, the mind, certainly something that we address in alignment yoga, and has a huge impact on our game. So when we practice, we always include meditation because really it is the way to honor the tradition of yoga, and it's just as important as your physical skills. So I'd like you to find a comfortable seated posture now, one that works for your body. It doesn't have to be like the way that I'm seated, but some support perhaps underneath your pelvis. If you like to sit with your legs crossed in this position, please add a blanket or a block or a book or something underneath your pelvis so your pelvis is lifted. And we get that nice length in the spine. Okay, so once you're in that comfortable seated position, I'd like you to just sit quietly with me and begin by closing your eyes and drop inside your body. And simply feel the sensations of your body. My mantra lately has been, well, if I can't go outside, I will go inside. Because inside is the place where we find our true self. That place of stillness and peace. And with everything going on, the mind, of course, can be very busy. So many uncertainties in this time. So many unanswered questions. So the quality of the mind, the focus of the mind, not only helps us in times of strain or anxiety or uncertainty, but certainly when we're playing the sport that we love, golf or any other sport. So feel your body breathing here. Perhaps this is the first time today you've even noticed your breath. And can you make the inhales a little bit longer? And making sure to let go of your exhales. Let go of them completely. Oftentimes when we're under stress, the exhales can be short and we don't even realize it. Keep breathing. And as you breathe here, can you picture yourself outside on a beautiful spring or summer day? The golf course is absolutely beautiful. All this rain, the grass is green, and it's just there waiting for you. Now I'd like you to visualize yourself walking up with your favorite club and focusing on the ball. And then for the next minute, visualizing yourself playing this game of golf. Feeling relaxed, feeling focused, enjoying being outside, enjoying the company you're with, enjoying the game. If the mind wanders off, it's okay. Bring it back to that visualization. And now bring your awareness back to your breath. Letting your exhale go completely. And then slowly and gradually opening your eyes. So just after 5 minutes of sitting quietly, notice how you feel. And I encourage you, while you're home, and anytime really, but especially if you're home and you have more time than usual, can you sit quietly for just 5 minutes a day? 5 minutes easily can turn into 10 minutes. And find one thing to focus on. You can visualize something. You can focus on the sounds in your house or around you. The breath is always there to come back to, that inhale and exhale. And through this practice of meditation, we develop focus, concentration. It's actually been proven after 8 weeks of regular meditation that it actually makes you happier. That's been proven. So I could go on and on about the benefits of meditation, and hopefully we'll be doing more of that together. But let's go ahead and start moving now. So in every alignment yoga class, we start with core work. So I'd like you to come down to your mat, and we're going to begin with what's called the yogi sit-up. So come on down into constructive rest pose. You're on your back with your knees bent, your feet on the floor. And just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe this is the first day or time today that you've been on your back, just letting your body relax. Let go of any tension in your breath. And then interlace your fingers and place them behind your head and lift your head up off of the mat. Now you should be looking straight up, and the elbows aren't in, the chin isn't tucked in. It's more of a nice wide open angle through the front of the chest, with the head being really heavy in your hands. So we're going to do a little bit of leg work as we lift through the ribs and strengthen our core. So what we'll do here, after your head is lifted, I'd like you to lift your thigh bones straight up and down with your knees bent. So let's lift there, inhale. And then exhale, lift into that yogi sit-up, place the feet back down, and place the head in its starting position. So you're not going all the way down, you're still holding with the core. So lift the legs, knees and hips are at 90. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Legs come down, and head back down. Lift the legs, come back up into that sit-up, legs down, head down. Let's keep going. Lift the legs. Exhale, draw the ribs in and together to lift the upper body. Feet find the mat. Head comes down. Lift, crunch up. Feet on the floor. Head back down. 2 more. Lift the legs. Crunch up. Feet down. Head down. Last time. Legs. Lift up, feet down, and the head all the way down this time. Okay, go ahead and lengthen your body out now, pressing through your heels, lifting up, and just giving your body a nice long stretch here, as long as you can be. Actively reaching through your fingertips, through the heels of your feet. All right, from here, let's take the legs straight up towards the ceiling, pressing through your heels. So notice what's happening on the back of your legs here. If you've been sitting a lot, they might be a little bit tight through your hamstrings. Tight hamstrings is another reason why the back can be uncomfortable or painful. So we're always trying to press through those heels to give the back of the legs some nice length. So you've got that active reach up through your heels. Now reach up with your fingertips and then draw your shoulder blades down towards the mat. And we're going to keep our core really still, really tight here. On the inhale, let's take the left leg and the right arm out to the side. That's it, left leg, right arm. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, the opposite, right leg, left arm open. And exhale, back to center. So continue like this, opening up opposite arm and leg to the side, and then slowly bringing it back in. So we're not moving fast. All of our core work is slow and controlled. It doesn't matter to me how far you open up your arms and legs. What's most important is how still you can be in the trunk or the core of your body. Let's do one more on each side. Keep pressing through those heels. And then when you come back to center, bend the knees and draw the knees into the chest. Big inhale, exhale here. All right, the last version of core work, same thing with the legs. Try to get as much length on the back as you can. Reach up with the arms. Pull the shoulder blades down. On the inhale, take your left leg long as you reach back with your right arm. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, let's extend and lengthen the opposite arm and leg. Exhale, back to center. So keep going. See how much length you can get in both your arm and your leg as you extend. Keeping that core nice and still, moving with control. One more on each side. And then when you make your way back to center, draw those knees into your chest. Get a nice big breath. All right, from here we're going to transition to hands and knees. So if you've got a blanket or a pillow around that's nice and not too thick, then use it. Pad your joints. It's always nice to be nice to your knees especially. So taking that blanket underneath your knees and coming here into our cat-cow. So we'll come with the wrist stacked underneath the elbow and the shoulder and the knees underneath the hips. Now from here, the head might want to drop forward, especially if you've been on the computer all day. So draw the head up in line with your spine, draw your belly into your low back. On the inhale, let's take the tailbone up, take your chest forward, and exhale and round the back into cat pose. Inhale, extend into cow pose, and round into cow pose or cat pose. So keep going like this, a couple more times. creating movement and length in that spine. Last time. And then come on back to your starting neutral position. Let's start to work on balance and strength here. So take your right arm, extend it long as you look straight down. Extend that left leg back, hold here. Try not to wobble. See how still you can be, recruiting those core muscles. And then come back to all fours. Let's lengthen the left arm, right leg. Come back down. Good. Now we're back to that starting position. Arms and legs lined up underneath shoulders and pelvis. And I'd like you to simply look down and lift one hand and opposite knee. Just a little bit. And then set it back down. Lift the opposite hand and knee. And back down. So continue like that. Just lifting off the mat, maybe an inch or two at most. Moving slowly with control. Try not to let the head come forward towards the mat. Okay, I'm going to have you continue with that, but this time, do it with your eyes closed. So close your eyes, lift opposite hand and knee. Just notice, does that change things up when we simply take the vision out of it? So keep going like that. Last time. And then open the eyes. Turn your toes under and walk your hands back to your knees. And let's come onto the front part of our feet, scooting that blanket or pillow out of the way. And just roll forward onto the toes and back a little bit to open up the feet. One more like that. And then the next time you're rolling back, take your hands closer to your body and push down on the front part of the feet as you lift your tailbone up into our first standing forward fold. Now, if the back of the legs are tight, it's perfectly fine to keep the knees bent as much as you need to, but what I want you to do is to really add the resistance. So press down on the feet and see how much you can lift your tailbone up away from your feet. So this is an active stretch. The upper body is really nice and loose. You can move your shoulders and arms around if that feels good to you. But keep the action in the legs. And then with a little bit of a knee bend, let's inhale. Take your arms out to the sides and reach all the way up. So inhale, come all the way up, reach up, look up. And then exhale, arms come wide and back to your heart. All right, so we've made our way to standing. Now come to the front of your mat and just stand in mountain pose for a moment. Just notice how you feel. Yoga is all about awareness. Yes, we do move and breathe a lot, but we take time to notice the benefits of our practice. So just feeling yourself here for a moment, even weight, left and right foot. And then we're back to that visualization, right? Imagine that you've got your golf club. I want you to take your golf stance and practice hitting that ball. So just do some nice golf swings side to side. Do what feels comfortable to you. And notice how your body feels while you're doing this. Notice how your spine feels. Notice how the hips move through the motion. Notice the weight shift on your feet. Good, okay, good. Now, put that imaginary golf club down and come to the front of your mat again. All right, let's inhale and lift the arms up, look up, reach up, and on the exhale, forward fold. Inhale now to a halfway lift, so you're looking straight down, tailbone reaches back. And then exhale and come all the way down to your fold. Inhale, push down on the feet, come all the way up. Big arm circles where you reach high. And exhale, hands find the heart. Let's add to that. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, look straight down, draw those shoulder blades on the back. And exhale, come all the way down. This time, place your hands on the mat and step way back to downward facing dog. All right, so for down dog, we want to take that tailbone up and back. Press down on the front part of your feet. Draw your heels back behind you like someone was pulling your feet away from the crown of your head. Inhale here. On the exhale, bring the weight of your body forward into a plank pose. So look straight down. Again, don't let the head drop forward. Keep it in line with your spine. Belly and ribs are drawing into your back body. And we're going to make our way down to our belly. So you can come down in one piece, or you can drop your knees and use the strength of your arms to lower yourself down. So here we land in prone mountain pose. We're looking straight down at the mat without our head touching. Shoulder blades are drawn on the back. There's a little bit of a squeeze in your glute or your butt muscles, and your belly's drawn into the back body. From here, take your chest forward and up into baby cobra, and then lift your hands off the mat a couple of inches, waking up those upper back muscles. Inhale here, and exhale, come back to prone mountain. Turn the toes under, push up and back to downward facing dog. Let's take as many steps as you need to come to the front of your mat into that standing forward fold. Inhale all the way up, arms out to the sides, reach high. And exhale, hands find your heart. Okay, hips get tight with any sport, but especially with golf. Think about when you're getting ready to hit that ball, you're always flexed at the hips, right? So we need to stretch those out. We stand here in mountain pose, take all of your weight to your right leg, and step all the way back with your left foot. Okay, I think I'm going to do it this way so you can see me from the side. Notice my back leg, it's as straight as I can make it, and my back heel is lifted. Hands on the hips here, inhale. Exhale, push down on that front foot, bend the front knee and glide it right over the center of your foot. Push down to lift up, add resistance, and exhale, add resistance to bend. Inhale, push down to lift up. Exhale, push down to bend. Good, we're going to do this a couple more times. The whole time your back heel is reaching behind you. And next time the front knee is bent, hold it there. Let's take our arms up now, challenging our balance a bit. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Really press the back heel back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the heart and to the hips, and step forward with your back foot. All right, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way halfway up. And exhale, back to the fold. Hands find the mat, step back to your downward facing dog. So we're down into that dog, and the whole idea is to create length in your spine. So take that tailbone as far away from the crown of the head as you can. Draw the heels back, let your head hang heavy. Inhaling. Exhaling, come forward to your plank and make your way all the way down to the mat. Let's take the arms next to your side body with your palms up. You're still looking down and your core is active. On the inhale, lift the arms, lift the legs into locust pose. Squeeze those glutes, draw the shoulder blades on the back. Inhale here, and exhale back down. Hands come next to the side body. Push yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Take those steps to the front of the mat and find your active fold. Remember, we're pressing the feet down, lifting the tailbone up. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands find the heart. Take all of your weight to your left foot. Step back with your right. Hands find the hips as the heel draws back. Inhale. And exhale, bend. Push down to straighten. Add resistance, push down to bend. So you should really feel that connection of the front heel pressing down into the mat. Back heel is pulling behind you. 2 more. The next time the front knee is bent, hold it there. Arms come up. Let's challenge our balance by looking up. Feel both feet. Really draw that heel back behind you, stretching out the deep psoas muscles in the hips. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to find the heart, the hips, and we step forward with that front foot. All right, so you're back at the front of your mat. Let's step back again with your left foot. Okay, so back heel is lifted, and our hands are going to come to our hearts here, and they're actively pressing into one another. So as the palms connect and press, the shoulder blades drawn to the back, and the crown is lifted up. So imagine a pull right up. Back heel is pulling behind you. Inhale. And exhale, bend that front knee. We're going to hold it here and come into a projected lunge. So we'll take our spine, keep it neutral so we're not bending over. We're thinking about a long crown. So reach with the crown of your head as you peek over those front toes like you're looking over a cliff. So we come here into projected lunge. I'll show you from the side. The spine is long. Shoulder blades on the back. Back heel pressing away from you. Press down on that front foot, especially the heel. You'll feel that work in your quadriceps and your glute muscles. On the next inhale, lift the torso up. Hands find the hips, and we'll step forward with that back foot. All right, let's step back with the right. Find your balance, keep that back heel lifted. Inhale, and exhale, bend and hold. Add the work of the upper body here, nice long spine as you lift through the crown. Inhale, and exhale with a long spine and reaching back with that heel. Let's find our projected lunge. On the next inhale, lift the torso up. Hands find the hips. We'll step forward with the back foot. All right, we're going to do that one more time with the option of adding a twist to the upper body. So let's take all the way to the right foot, step back with your left, find your balance, inhale, and exhale, bend the front knee. Hands find the heart, and we project the lunge. Now you're more than welcome to stay here. This is a really good place to work, really working on opening the chest, drawing the shoulder blades back. If you'd like to add a twist, Take that left elbow across towards your right knee and reach through the crown of your head. Back heel is as long as it can be. Inhale here. Exhale back to center. Lift the torso up. Hands find the hips. Step forward with that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, step back with the right. Inhaling. Exhale, bend and hold. Hands to the heart. Think about length here through that back heel, through the crown of the head. As you draw your belly in for support, lean forward in to that projected lunge again. And then right elbow towards the left knee. If you'd like to add the twist. So there certainly is a lot of twisting and spinning of the spine in golf. These nice spinal twists really help with that. So let's unwind, lift the torso, hands find the hips, and step forward with control. Nice work. All right, inhale, lift up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back down. We're going to hold this forward fold for just a couple of breaths. But remember, you're not completely passive. You may feel a nice stretch in the upper body as the shoulders round towards the floor and the head is heavy, but your feet, they're pressing down. On the next inhale, let's come all the way up. Feel those shoulder blades glide up your back. Look up, stretch your neck. And then exhale, hands find the heart. Okay, so we know with golf that yes, it takes a lot of dedication and skill and practice, but it also is a lot of walking, right? If you're out there on the course and you're walking a whole day, then the feet are super important, because everything that happens in our body all the way up to the crown of our head has to do with the health of the feet. So one way that we can practice balance and work on the feet is to simply just do some balancing poses. So what we're going to do is come to the back part of our mat, right in the center. Move a little farther back, hopefully you can still see me, right? And imagine that there's a line right up the center of your mat, and you're going to go heel-toe to the front of the mat, and then heel-toe to the back of the mat. Now you can use your arms out for balance, or they can be anywhere that feels comfortable for you. So let's just go heel-toe, heel-toe. I want you to feel that connection of the heel to the toe before you shift your weight and move forward. And really feel your feet. Once you get to the front of the mat, you'll feel it, because maybe you notice a toe on the carpet or the floor, and then you're going to back up. Heel toe. Try to stay on that imaginary line. Until you get to the back. Good, okay. Shake everything out. Now we're going to do the same thing, but I've got a challenge for you. We're going to do it eyes closed. But don't worry, you can feel your heel toe, right? So close your eyes, arms out for balance. Step forward, find that heel toe connection, and walk all the way down the center of your mat until you feel you've come off your mat with that front toe. It's okay if you fall over. Just pick it back up where you left off. And then once you come to the front, work your way back. so important. We have to practice it no matter how hard it is. And it's really important for any game that we play, any sport that we play. Okay, so I've opened my eyes and I've noticed I've completely shifted my orientation, which can happen so easily, right? We're trying to feel that heel-toe connection, but we're also trying to stay in a straight line. So I've got some practice to do. Hopefully you guys did better than I did. Come back to the front of your mat, find your mountain pose. Your feet are just under your pelvis. Hands find the hips. And then take your right heel to your left ankle and your hands to your heart. Press your hands together, lift up through the crown of your head. So this is sapling, this is a baby tree. So maybe you stay here. If you'd like a different challenge with your balance, take your foot to the inside of your calf muscle. And notice how that right foot really has to work. So we get some nice strengthening going on here as we focus. Maybe you stay here. If you'd like a different challenge, you can take that foot to the inside of the thigh. As you press the foot into the thigh presses back into your foot. Maybe you add your arms in any way you like. If you want to take them out to the sides to help you balance, that's fine. If you want to be asymmetrical, that's fine too. You can keep them at your heart. You can close your eyes. It's okay to fall out of it, no big deal. All right, let's take that foot down. Walk through your feet a little bit. Come back to your mountain pose and find sapling on the other side. So this is nice, this first version of this balance, because we can really feel the weight distribution between the left foot and the right toes. So once you feel like you've got a really good balance there, then come on up. Try that foot to the inner calf muscle. And maybe you go to the foot to the inner thigh, maybe not, doesn't matter to me. All I'm hoping is that you're challenging yourself, right? You're doing your vestibular system a favor. Good, add your arms if you like. One more big breath here in tree pose. And then hands come down and feet come down. And shake everything out. Okay, so before we come down to our backs, I'd like you to come back into that position with your imaginary golf club, and I'd like you to hit some balls. Just notice how it feels now that you've opened your hips, you've opened your shoulders, you've gotten some nice twists in your spine. Notice how everything feels. Hopefully a little more mobile. All right, great. Can you imagine yourself out there and think about the greens, how beautiful the golf course is going to be when you finally get out there. It's just going to be gorgeous. All right, let's come on down, back into constructive rest pose again. So that's with our feet on the floor, our head on the mat, and we're just here again with a moment of awareness. Close your eyes, go inside, see how you feel. Maybe your body feels like the energy's moving a little differently. Or you're simply more aware, more alive in your body. All right, let's come into a bridge variation. Can you take a moment and just watch me here? Some of you know bridge, it's a familiar posture for you, and for others it's new. So what we're going to do here for just a few repetitions is I'll demonstrate. As we lift our pelvis up to extend and lengthen our spine, we're going to take our right arm back behind us for a stretch as we turn and look towards the left. And then as we come down, we'll look back up towards the ceiling. The right arm comes right down next to the body. And then we'll press up, left arm reaches as we look the opposite way. And exhale, back down. Arm finds the side body. So let's do that. Take your heels in close to your bottom. Draw your shoulder blades underneath you a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, push down on the feet. Roll through your spine. Lift your pelvis as high as you can. Right arm reaches back as you look towards the left. And then as you roll down, take your time. See if you can articulate every vertebrae. Rolling back down. Right arm finds the floor and you're looking straight back up. Inhale. Exhale, press down, lift up, pelvis lifts, left arm reaches long behind you, look the opposite way. And exhale, roll back down with control, look straight up. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale, exhale, push down to lift up, look the opposite way. And back down towards center. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And look the other way. And back down. All right. From here, keep your right foot on the mat. Let's take your hands behind your upper left thigh bone and press your heel up towards the ceiling. So we're back into getting some length on the back of the leg. Make your knee as straight as it can go. And then from here, just do little pulses with that heel. So we get into a nice nerve stretch on the back of your left leg as we open up your hamstrings. So little pulses, lift, 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 lift. Two more. And then from here, draw that knee into your chest. Take a great big breath. And foot finds the floor. Let's do the same thing other side. So lifting up. Again, we've got that active stretch that we began with at the very beginning of our practice. And then draw the leg in a little bit. Keep the heel reaching up. Lift that heel, bend and straighten the knee just a tiny bit. Lift. And lift, and lift. Last time. Good. And then bend the knee, draw the knee in. And now let's end with some symmetry, so draw both of the knees in. Just roll side to side gently. And from here we come into the most important pose in a yoga practice. Shavasana, or rest pose. So that's where everything that you've just done integrates. So we come into whatever position is most comfortable for you. Traditionally, the legs are long and the arms are out to the sides with the palms up. Some people like Shavasana with bent knees. So find whatever's comfortable for you and close your eyes. And we're back to that awareness of feeling the body. Notice the sensations. And let your body completely relax. Notice what it's like to be still. And take a big breath. Bending your knees. And roll to your right or left side. Roll towards me. And make your way to seated. So I've got a very short reading for you here. This is by a man named John O'Donohue. And he says, "This is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall until the bitter weather passes. Try as best you can not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart all sense of yourself and your beautiful light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again of fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning." So let's bring our hands to our heart. It's a moment of gratitude for our time together here. I've loved every minute of it. I miss coming to the country club and seeing my students. I'm really hoping that when we get the chance to be together again, it will feel like a wonderful reunion. I'll see all of my usual golfers and maybe some new golfers as well. So again, my name is Rebecca. I teach alignment yoga. And this time, Monday, so a week from now, I'll be doing an 11:30 class for 45 minutes, not necessarily designed for golfers, but alignment yoga. So we'll be doing 45 minutes of that. So I hope to see you next Monday, and I hope to see you very soon. But in the meantime, take good care of yourself and know that we're all connected in the heart. Namaste. Take care.